Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of September 10, 2023. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological week, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. Boy, is this a very special time. And so this week, rather special, we have this continuation of really positive energy. I mean, I am so encouraged by this. It kicks off very powerfully in the second half of the week with a very fortunate new moon. And this new moon happens just hours before Mercury goes direct in the same sign, and that is the sign of Virgo, a sign that I know I've been talking to you about as of late, that has to do with being truly present for your life and living an embodied life, paying attention to how the small moments add up as you move through your day. And that is where life really does happen. That's where we exist. As we move through our day-to-day, our routines, our habits, our rituals, that is where we say something about what we want to emphasize, who we want to be, what it is we believe, and most importantly, what it is that we love. And it is this new moon that promises breakthroughs, promises a sense of really moving forward in a way that I think so many of us will feel ready for, so many of us will love. Now, new moons bring with them new opportunities, new beginnings, and new moons represent a seed moment. Now, this seed is a powerful one, so make sure you're thinking very consciously about what seed you're planting now, and especially where you're rooting it in some practical reality of how you live. Well, that's where you're able to really start moving towards those seeds blossoming into something you can feel really good about and the changes that you want. Now, some of those changes might feel like they happen in an instant. In fact, there are truly lucky breaks as part of this larger energy that I think all of us are going to enjoy and love and embrace in one way or another. But also with this, some of those big breaks may actually take some time. That sense of the seeds planted really blossoming fully, well, that may take a full 6 months to materialize, because it will be 6 months from now that we will have a full moon in the sign of Virgo. And that will bring with it culmination and true fruition to what it is that begins now. The fact that Mercury is going direct on the same day is huge, or I should say within hours. If you are in the Americas, the new moon happens late Thursday, and then Mercury goes direct on Friday. But in the rest of the world, both of these events are set to happen the same day, the new moon and that Mercury direct. And to me, this represents a real sense of moving forward where energy was stagnant, or you felt like, there could be a breakthrough, something really good could happen. You really want to feel that sense of momentum, but it's not coming together, where you thought there was an opportunity. It's almost like there was an energy for a while there that said, hurry up and wait, right? Respond very quickly, but also the need to be patient was emphasized as well. The need to be meticulous was emphasized there as well. Well, now with Mercury moving forward, I think this is where we are going to have a sense that what it is that we really want to begin in at least one area of life is able to now gain the clarity that it needs, gain the insight, help you to understand what to actually do right now as you move through your life to improve your circumstances. But on another level, because of the planets involved here, I think that some of the best stuff for some of us, if not most of us, is just going to show up. The new moon takes place at 21 degrees of Libra. On the one hand, it is speaking in supreme harmony with Jupiter and Uranus, and on the other, in supreme harmony with Pluto. This is a new moon that triggers and awakens what astrologers call a grand trine. And grand trines are thought to be extremely fortunate. The energy has a way of flowing. It comes together. And some of the best stuff, it's like good things happen. We feel like good things are always going to happen, and we're able to respond and magnify the potential. And so, yeah, at the very least, we're going to feel very good. But I do think, given the precision in particular of this new moon connecting with Uranus, the fact that that is a very precise connection. The sun trine Uranus is a big part of the energy right now. That to me says that whatever shows up, it comes very quickly. And it also can reap reward very quickly for us as well. So stay open to the possibility, the potential, the excitement, because there's a lot of excitement of this time. This grand trine in air is all about manifestation, how we want things to be different in a very real way. The energy of Virgo, of course, is highlighted here. Even though the other earth signs are activated with this new moon, the energy of Taurus is an earth sign that relates to the five senses, the sensory experience of being present for your life. Virgo is what you're actually doing as you move through your life. And Capricorn is why you're doing it in a larger sense, what you're actually building and moving towards, whether that's legacy or destiny that you participate in. Success as you uniquely define it. And so you can see all three are part of manifestation. Now, the energy of Virgo is often associated with what they call the Virgin. And this is because Virgo is thought to be a very independent energy. In ancient times, saying somebody was a virgin wasn't necessarily about whether or not they'd had romance in their life, but it was more about how independent, particularly women, were able to be, considering that in most contexts, women didn't have a whole lot of agency. And so it did suggest those who have great agency over their lives. That is what the maiden, that is what the virgin exemplifies for us. And so I think that makes a lot of sense, given that there is this focus on what you actually do with the energy of Virgo. It's about you taking ownership for the steps that you can take. But I think there's also another layer to this, which is if you kind of get lost in what you're doing, right? Something's in front of you, you're doing it, maybe you like it, maybe you just do it really well, or you want to do it really well, you want to practice something. There's something about how that is essentially a very solitary event. It's a solitary experience to really focus and hone in on what it is that you do in a very real way. That is also about your own agency, because it's you who's trusting yourself to realize what you need to practice and go through the steps of actually doing it. The energy of Virgo having to do with mastery. Again, mastery is something that no one can give you. It's only something you can earn, and you can only earn it by putting in the time, by ensuring that you practice all those little steps as you go along the way, ultimately do add up to mastery. Whatever it is that you repeatedly do, you will be exceptionally good at eventually. New moon says what it is that you want to be good at. Well, that thing wants you as well. And where it is that there's something you really want to be good at, are you going to give it the time? Well, the opportunity to give it the time and garner even more opportunity, new opportunities for what you have already given time. Well, that is the promise of this very fortunate new moon energy taking place right when Mercury is going direct. That is a profound symbolism for feeling fresh energy coming in, fortunate energy coming in, feeling like life is finally moving forward towards something better, more inspired than we knew before. What I love about this week for us, there's so much here. It is a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. And so here's the thing. This week, the first days of the week are kind of a sleeper. And when that happens, it tells me that what's coming up, well, it's going to be felt and it's going to be more meaningful than it might otherwise be if there were lots of celestial events taking place. And I find it fascinating that the universe has sort of set it up that last week had some very fortunate celestial events. This week has very fortunate celestial events taking place. And I would say enjoy it. We're going to feel that buildup, knowing in our bones that there's a new beginning on the horizon. That new beginning has the promise to change our life in very real ways. However, we get to that new moon, fresh energy, and almost simultaneously, we have these other big energies happening with Mercury direct and the Sun trine Uranus. Well, all of this does suggest it's a big, fortunate breakthrough kind of time. Enjoy it and make the most of it, especially in the context of, and I'm no downer. I'm a very optimistic person. Next week is a bit of a roller coaster. It's a bit of a mixed bag. There's some really overdoing it. There might be some disappointment as well. I'm sorry to say, but it does happen. And of course, we will talk about it as we get there. But it is right now that matters. And right now we are building towards some truly special celestial events. There is happiness on the horizon, and the ability that we have now to get honest with ourselves about what it is we do well, why it is we've given it the time that we have, and where it is we want to continue to build on that very thing that we repeatedly do. Or is it that we want to shift gear? This moment of honesty unleashes possibility. And yes, good luck can find us. Well, thank you so much for watching. What do you love about this week? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading you guys. And to prove it to you, here are some of my most recent favorite comments. Thank you to everybody who likes, who comments, who subscribes, who shares, who thumbs up. All of it means so much. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. And of course, if you want to know how all this wonderful stuff this week speaks to you in your sign, log on to NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week. And you can also, with higher tiers, get things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. The Canadian Astrology Conference is happening this week. Oh my God. I can't believe that we have arrived at this moment. We are days away from the biggest astrology party that Canada has ever seen. Yes, I'm putting that energy out there, happening under the light of a very fortunate new moon at that. I think this is going to be an incredible energy. And those who show up live or watch it online, well, may you have some sense of good fortune and new beginnings as a result of your experiences with these incredible teachers and in this incredible environment as well. If you join us live, it is in lovely Calgary, Alberta. It'll be my first time there. The very big announcement that I have is that I will actually be presenting. Yes, I will be presenting. And that wasn't initially part of the plan. I was just going to be MC, but it became very clear that, yeah, the universe is saying, Nadiya, go present. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to MC the open, the close, and the banquet as well. And so my talk specifically is going to be on Lilith and looking at how this earth goddess, essentially, how she evolved, how it is that her rebellious qualities were taken on by different societies and how they interpreted her, how they made her come alive. And this is Black Moon Lilith, of course. This is an astrology conference, so I am going to go through the signs and houses as well to get you thinking about how it is you can begin to apply this energy. You may know this if you've joined me for classes. I have mentioned here and there from time to time that I've been working on a book about Black Moon Lilith for the last couple of years, actually. Like I finished 90% of it, and then a year ago or so, I kind of put it aside. And then this particular year, I started to travel to go to places that were significant to her mythology. And now I've started returning to writing about her. So I feel like I have these new insights to offer that I have not shared before. And I hope that you enjoy them. So again, you can join us live in person. You can join us online as well by getting a virtual pass. And you'll get to hear this talk that I present, which I'm really looking forward to. Of course, our huge international superstar that's going to join us in Calgary, Alberta is the one and only Rick Levine. living legend Rick Levine is going to be at the Canadian Astrology Conference as our international guest. Now, he is going to speak at the banquet, so you're welcome to get a ticket just to join us at the banquet if you're in the Calgary area. But also, he is doing a post-conference workshop, and you can sign up for that in person or online. It's proving to be really popular, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And then, of course, all these other incredible Canadian astrologers that you see here. Let me go through some of them. Carl Glimmick, actually, I loved talking to him when I recorded an interview with him with Synchronicity University. He's going to talk about predicting weather patterns with astrology. We have Donna Young, and Donna Young is one of the principal organizers of the conference. She's going to be looking at gardening according to the moon, how to make that connection, which I am really looking forward to. It is Jeannie Picasso that's going to be looking at the medicine wheel. Toby Aldrin, who's going to be looking at local space astrology. This makes your whole chart come alive as a compass. Very valuable to look at. Timon Harwood is going to be looking at the earth element in the chart. Very powerful considerations there. Gasheda Kawak will be doing our pre-conference event at a sacred site that is older than Stonehenge. So this is something not to miss. William Morris will be looking at astrology and music and how that comes together, especially in the natal chart as well. And we have another huge superstar astrologer that I am so excited about, my friend, the one and only Alex Trenowith. She is going to be bringing her Ojibwe roots to the conference and looking at working with your dreams. And so you can see here, this conference has a theme. It's called Earth Wisdom Astrology. And all of the talks in one way or another are about honoring the earth. But there's also a very strong desire here to honor our Indigenous roots, especially considering where we will be in Calgary, Alberta. And so I hope you can join us if you're anywhere near the area. And remember, if you are coming from the US, which some people are, the exchange rate means that you will likely feel like everything is so cheap. I know that for a fact. Americans are often just so amazed how cheap everything is in Canada for them because of that very favorable exchange rate for you. And so join us. Whether you're in the US or elsewhere in the world, whether you are anywhere in Canada, you would be very welcome at the Canadian Astrology Conference. It is happening this coming weekend. What? It's right around the corner. I'll probably record the next overview, the weekly horoscope I do here on YouTube. I think I'm going to record it from there as well. So yeah, that's how close it is. Very exciting event. I hope that you can join us at the Canadian Astrology Conference.ca. Links are in the description below. Synchronicity University has some incredible programs that are happening right now, are in full effect. And these amazing programs really come down to incredible teachers and incredible speakers that are at Synchronicity University this September 2023. We have a 5-week course with the one and only Kira Sutherland. Now, Kira is a superstar in medical astrology. She is one of the leading medical astrologers in the world. So excited to have her teach, and students are getting so much out of her classes. We have the one and only Rachel Lang, and Rachel is teaching on modern money magic. And this is a 5-week course all about prosperity, how to identify it in your chart and how to maximize it. And of course, we have an incredible speaker series that's taking place right now. My class was actually from the time that this is publishing, like 2 days ago. and I'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, my class was on checking in with Pluto in Aquarius. And boy, were there new insights there that we hadn't considered before. And this coming week, this is the very big event. Living legend astrologer. And I don't say that lightly. This is the one and only Richard Tarnas. Now, he is worth whatever it is that you end up paying to hear him speak. And he rarely does talks anymore, especially online. And the fact that he agreed to be at Synchronicity University truly makes us so fortunate. So I hope that you will join us. He'll be looking at the sky from a mystical perspective. He really is this world-renowned, legendary astrologer. It is a very big deal that he is speaking at Synchronicity University. So I hope that you will join us for that. If you're not already signed up for the whole speaker series, you can sign up for that individual class. All of those links will be below. But other incredible teachers we have as part of the speaker series include Jen ZAHRT. Jen is a widely recognized astrologer. She's a big dog in her own right. She'll be talking about Mercury. So she is somebody that you definitely want to listen to as well. My friend Natalia Maria, exceptional Brazilian astrologer. She is helping us to see the 12 signs differently, exploring myths related to the experiences of the 12 signs. And someone you've known before, KASSIA KRISTOFF, is coming to Synchronicity University again. And she's going to be looking at critical degrees in astrology from an evolutionary astrology perspective. And so sign up for the individual classes. They are available right now at synchronicityuniversity.com. Links are in the description below. Well, thank you so much for watching. So as I just mentioned, I know that this video is late. Thank you for your grace, for your patience, for your generosity with me. I'm truly so grateful for it. Yeah, I had a little bit of a medical issue come up. If you're interested in knowing more about it, I've been posting in my Instagram stories. I feel a lot better, but I am, as they say, hopped up on goofballs. That's an expression. I don't know where I heard that expression, but I was a kid when I heard that, and I never forgot it. And anytime I take painkillers, I think of it as hopped up on goofballs, especially when you feel it in your brain. Of course, if you're taking a painkiller for your body, you're going to feel it in your brain as well. But I'm grateful to not be experiencing pain, and I'm still trying to figure out what the higher wisdom was to this experience. I don't know just yet, but I can identify some things, right? I met a lot of really lovely people in the emergency experience. I had my very first CT scan of my life. I had no idea what that experience was. Now I do. What else? Yeah, very wonderful workers, caring people. I lent someone my phone and then I freaked out and had to contact so many people to figure out if, oh my God, can something happen to my phone? And so I learned a lot about cell phone security, about how to keep your smartphone safe. So there's that. Yeah, there were lots of lessons along the way, lots of checkups, lots of tests and things like that. But I am here and I am good. And like I said, nothing. I know, universe, please be on my side as I say this. Nothing will keep me away from Calgary, Alberta. No way am I staying away. I am going to be there. I see myself there on Thursday with a whole bunch of friends. We're going to Banff, which is like one of these incredible places that you want to see at least once in your lifetime. People have said they've had these profound spiritual experiences in Banff, Alberta, and it's driving distance outside of Calgary. So it's kind of like if you come to Toronto, you got to go see Niagara Falls. I mean, anytime I have a friend visit Toronto from anywhere in the world, it's like, okay, yeah, we got to get you to Niagara Falls one way or another. It's kind of like that. It's like one of those things, if you're in Calgary, you got to go see Banff, Alberta. So I'm really looking forward to that. But seeing my friends, enjoying other astrologers, having a lot of fun, and talking astrology, being with my astro family. And so, yes, it was not anything contagious, and I am feeling a whole lot better. But just thank you for your grace, and know that in a few days I will be on my way to Calgary, Alberta, and I'm looking forward to that. And I hope that as many people as possible are able to meet me there. Day passes, single class passes are available. So if you look at the thing and you're like, I don't know how many of these talks I'm really going to be interested in, well, at least come to my talk. And you can get a single class pass, and I would love to see you there. Thank you again for your patience, your grace, your love, your trust. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday, even though I wasn't here for the Sunday sermon. I'm hoping that this particular moment and this particular video reaches you at the exact right time. The message here finds you at the perfect moment. Thank you for your everything. Just my gratitude to you. And next week, I'll be coming live from Calgary, Alberta, the one and only Calgary, Alberta. Looking forward to it. Thank you again for watching. I'm truly so grateful for it. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.